Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and today I'm going to talk about Path of Exile just quickly, lightly, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not really going to be here to elucidate any mechanics whatsoever. This is not a get started guide. This is not how to play. This is not a tutorial of any sorts. This is just my thoughts and feelings. It's kind of a light review on playing Path of Exile in a certain kind of way. So you might have had your eyes and ears turned to it because of what's happening with Diablo, which I'm not even going to go into that because you guys will just hissy fit. It's ridiculous. But regardless, coming from Diablo or maybe coming from an MMO, I know a lot of people on MMO forums recommend Path of Exile. A lot of people are looking to Path of Exile from other sources and trying to get into it. Now, this game isn't unpopular. It's niche, but it fills its niche so well. It really feels like a successor to Diablo 2 is what everybody says always. And I kind of believe it, at least based on aesthetics so far. And mechanically, it is definitely complex. There's definitely a learning curve, and it can be kind of intense. But I'm going to be kind of doing this review as somebody who one and done it. Basically, I just played the game, and I went through the vanilla storyline, and then that was it. I played a little bit of, some expansions, but I just played the game extremely casually so far, and I'm diving back into it to play it actually hardcore and play it the way people would say you really need to play it. But I'm here to say that don't let that be daunting to you. Don't let that scare you away. And I know the game looks hardcore, and sometimes there's a lot on the screen, and it can look clunky and point and clicky, and it really is. There's a lot of speed bumps that you need to get over. And when I do my full review again, when I replay the game, yeah, I will go over all those things. But I just want to let you guys know that as somebody who, when I played the game a couple of years ago, which is the footage you're seeing, when I played it then, I was genuinely having fun. Even though I don't, or at that time, did not play point and click games at all. I didn't even really play MOBAs. I didn't really get it. I wasn't good. And a lot of the game was clunky and awkward, but really very quickly, you kind of get over it because the gameplay focuses more on it's not Dark Soulsian. It's not Monster Hunterian. I guess, I don't know. It's not that kind of spectacle fighter-ish action RPG. It's not that. It's top down, and it focuses on macro gameplay. It's really about your builds. It's about getting these different gems, different items, slotting them in places and combining spells and creating a build for yourself and seeing how that build runs through the monsters. And if you're not running through the game and if you're not stomping, well, then there's probably something wrong with your build. So go farm and go find what else you need and build on your character. And it really feels like an RPG proper with that. So it's definitely more leaning on RPG versus action, where maybe Diablo makes a better first impression. You could just jump in, it's colorful, you got these abilities and builds kind of already slotted in. And then, of course, later on it expands, but Path of Exile, man, it slaps you in the face. Immediately, it's going to be slow and chunky and clunky until you kind of pick up speed and momentum with your build, and you can totally build wrong. And the game can be scary. You can fuck up, just frankly. It can be a horrific game, but it's also a game that's filled with poetry. It's a game that has a deep story that is a little bit Soulsian. It's not all in your face, but I honestly appreciated it better than what I'm getting with Diablo 3. It's not, Diablo 3 is boom, pow, ka-chow, older Western comics. This one feels like I'm reading a book, or it's being read to me sultry. It's actually really good voice acting. Overall, when you play Path of Exile, even as a brand new player to the genre, even as somebody who normally this game wouldn't be targeted towards you, the truth is it's just done well. It's just done really fucking good. And I think it's going to pull you in pretty quickly. Now, again, it's not for everybody, but this game is popular. In its niche, it's extremely popular. Pretty much everyone can play it. It's totally fair free to play. You really don't have an excuse not to play the game. But I think that, if you feel a little bit of pressure pushing against you, because the game does have speed bumps, I'm just going to say here that this game is, even if, you feel that pressure, even if you feel that maybe this game isn't for you, this game is worth really giving that shot. Play it for 3 hours. Give it the 3-hour test. That's what I do with games, or 2 hours. Play it for 2 straight hours. Don't take breaks. Play it, just set aside 2 hours, play the game. And even that's really a small portion of the game. And some people would say you don't even really play the game until you beat it once, and then you're actually on the hard mode and you're actually starting to do leagues and stuff, because that's the real game. And sure, I guess that's the way most people play the game. But even as just a casual, first time, one and done experience, the world, the universe of Path of Exile is worth exploring. And these little mechanics, which they're not so little, the customization is ridiculous. That is worth toying with just a little bit. So my advice to you guys is there's so many guides out there. Frankly, like, you know what? Just fuck it. Just don't, you don't need the guides. You don't need to worry. You don't need to have all of this pressure on you. The games are going to give you enough feedback already. You don't need all of this weight on you going into the game, which you can mess up and it can be heavy and you can have a bad build and you can have an awkward time. But that is the heart and genuine soul of RPGs, is the building mechanics, is the experimentation and the discovery of your character, of this world, of the story, and the progression through that, your journey. So yeah, Path of Exile, it can be arcade, it can be extremely competitive, it literally is competitive. It can be that niche hardcore action RPG that people love, and they do, but it also can be just a brand new adventure for you. It looks dark and gloomy and dim, but it's actually a kind of a warm game. The community is blossoming and very welcoming. And overall, I think that if you can just kind of take some time, chillax, and allow yourself to be absorbed by this game, there is so much to take away from it. And again, that's not even touching on all the competitive stuff. And now I'm actually going to be doing a stream where I'm going to be playing the game cooperatively with some friends. I'm going to be playing on twitch.tv/Skylent or on YouTube. Still haven't decided which one's better for me, but I'm going to be playing the game more seriously, and I think it's a great game. And that's going to follow suit with a number of other games like Warframe and upcoming Anthem. And I think I'm just really appreciating what these games have to offer. So if you normally don't play games like this, I like to give this advice to everyone who asks for new games, but basically look at what you're playing now. You know, if you're playing like Angry Birds or something, I don't think your gaming diet is all the way filled out. So if you normally don't play games like Path of Exile, this is why you should play Path of Exile, because it's totally free. It is actually more accessible than you would think, though debatable with the end game. At least the experience, the raw flavor, you know, the first bite, man. I don't know. I think I can get a good appetizer from Path of Exile. You could play all the way through, one and done the story at least. I think that this game is worth diving into, especially if you normally don't play these kind of games. There's other games out there, you know, and if you're into the genre, you play those games, you're into those games, you could buy Diablo, but with no risk and only rewards. You know, I don't think you're going to waste your time with this game. Download it, check it out, and try to have as much fun as possible. Keep the hype alive. That's really all I got to say, guys. I had fun with the game, and I'm going to jump back into it and continue to have fun. So yeah, trying to put out some positivity in the world. Hopefully I can see that a little bit in the like bar in the comments this video. That'd be pretty great. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you want to see a full review of Path of Exile, I will redo my review of the game since so much has been added so consistently. Such a beautiful thing. Coming back around to it. So thanks, guys. Much love, and I'll see you in the next one.